Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we are back. We are watching another video from Unifadewalker that they just recently released on their YouTube channel. And I thought that the meltdown over Bioware and the panic over being dropped as a shill ended with the last stream that we covered, but apparently that's not the case. It looks like it's gotten much worse, and now Unifadewalker has decided to go full-on meltdown against Bioware, and ironically starts attacking some of the people who are making decisions over at EA and blaming them for why representation is no longer going to be at the forefront of Bioware's decision-making. And the funny thing is, after all of this melting down, after all of this attacking that is happening from Unifadewalker, at the end of the day, it was never ever said that Mass Effect or Bioware wasn't going to be woke moving forward. She's assuming that and melting down over it. So let's get into this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. And again, guys, stick with me. I know it's very difficult to watch Unifadewalker, but stick with me. I promise you, there is hilarious content to be found here. Let's do it.
Where do I begin? Let's have a look at the layoffs, shall we? Boom. All right, so let's take a look at what BioWare said in their BioWare Studio update. I will read it for you and then I will translate it for you because this is corporate bullshit. So,
ooh, somebody is mad. Somebody is mad for being dropped by Bioware. It is ridiculous how she is so angry over the fact that she lost not only Corin Bush, which obviously Corin Bush is the one who was the director over at Bioware, was also the one who gave, gave Unifadewalker free swag, free collector's edition, free all this stuff, free games. She gave him everything. She gave Eddie everything. Corin Bush was the one that was the connection that she had over at Bioware, and when Corin Bush ended up getting fired at Bioware, obviously she lost that, so she's a little bit of a melty melt right now, but let's watch.
BioWare Studio update. Hello everyone, get fucked. Today we are turning to...
Wow, she said hello oh my god, bro. Oh my god. The freaking the thing said hello everyone, and she said hello everyone, get fucked. Oh my god.
Towards the future and preparing for the next chapter in BioWare's story. As we announced in August 2023, we are changing how we build games to meet the needs of our upcoming projects and hold ourselves to the highest quality standards. Are you? Are you though? Let's fucking delve in further. Now that
dude, oh my god, bro. Oh my god, this person is actually extremely upset at a company, and this is almost being treated as if the company is a, I don't know, boyfriend or girlfriend that she's broken up with recently, and now she's treating as a fucking, like, just, I don't understand. I don't get the level of emotion that's involved with a company. I don't understand why you are so emotionally invested like this in a company, that you really thought the company cared about you? You really thought the company freaking loved you as a person or something? What's going on here?
Dragon Age: The Veilguard has been released, a core team at BioWare is developing the next Mass Effect game. So everybody who's telling you that BioWare is shutting down, fucking liars. I'm sorry.
I don't mean to call you a retard, but you are one, because nobody ever said that BioWare was shutting down. Literally nobody said that. What we were saying was that BioWare Edmonton is shutting down. The studio that's in Edmonton was going to shut down. That BioWare Edmonton, the one who was in charge of Dragon Age of Veilguard, is the one that's going to shut down. And the one that's currently shuttering right now, the one that's being firing all these developers, that you're so angry that they're getting fired, all these writers that were for representation, the ones that are being fired right now are the ones that were from that studio. And you are melting down right now because you don't even want to admit that it's happening.
BioWare is now transitioning from having multiple projects all at once to having one project at a time. I think it was Mark Dara made a video about it on YouTube, I think, showing the structure of how BioWare has moved throughout the years, going from working on multiple projects at once. So like when a game finished, the devs would start work on like DLCs and stuff. We know that Veilguard isn't going to have any DLCs and stuff. Like they've pretty much...
Gee, why is Veilguard not going to have any DLCs? Well, quite frankly, because there's not a fucking team to actually work on the game. And they knew that. They knew that. They made this game knowing that this game was going to be the death of that studio, and they didn't even bother making any roadmap or any DLCs or any expansion packs or nothing. They didn't make anything because they knew it was going to kill the fucking studio.
Put Dragon Age to bed at this point to fully focus on Mass Effect. So Mass Effect is in production, early production, granted, but BioWare is not closing. They are focusing on Mass Effect, which is a huge weight on Mass Effect, because if Mass Effect doesn't perform, then I don't know how they're going to recover. But let's read on.
How are you even thinking that BioWare is in a position that they can't even recover in the first place, right? Because even if BioWare does succeed in making Mass Effect a big hit, it doesn't matter. BioWare has 3 massive flops behind them right now that has lost hundreds of millions of dollars, to the point where EA has been subsidizing BioWare for about 15 years. 15 years BioWare has been subsidized by EA because they haven't put out anything that has actually made money. And one of the games shut down. Right? Anthem shut down, and then BioWare Edmonton got shut down or shuttered because of Veilguard. And that game lost hundreds of millions of dollars. So what are we seriously talking about here as if Mass Effect is going to be somehow a savior or a game breaker? Everybody knows that it doesn't really matter whether Mass Effect is successful or not. All it's going to do is change EA's mind in terms of whether they're going to shutter the studio or just lay off half the team and then keep a small team to keep going, right? That's really all it is. But Mass Effect is most likely going to be the final nail in the coffin no matter what. I see BioWare in the same situation that Ubisoft is in, which is a no-win situation. They're screwed either way. If Assassin's Creed Shadows come out and it's successful, Ubisoft is still done no matter what. Same thing with Mass Effect and BioWare.
BioWare is developing the next Mass Effect game under the leadership of veterans from the original trilogy, but not the people that wrote it. Not the people that wrote it, though, right? Not the people that wrote it. So think of all the characters that the devs who have been let go wrote. Like, didn't Trick Weeks co-write Garrus Vakarian? Morden fucking Solus? What?
You realize that you just answered your own question. You know, Trick Weeks co-wrote Garrus, didn't solely write Garrus. Same with every other character. There is a multitude of writers and people over at Mass Effect that have created these characters, and it's not solely the people who were writers on Dragon Age the Veilguard who are now unemployed. Right? They kept people, and you answered your own question here as well. It says, including Mike Gamble, Preston, Derek, Parrish, and others who are veterans of the original trilogy. They worked on all 3 Mass Effects, so they have all the experience in the world to ensure that they bring this to fruition, whether it's woke or not. I guess we're going to have to see, but at the end of the day, we have people that have the merit and have the ability and the experience from the original trilogy to work on the new game. I don't understand how this is hard to comprehend.
Veterans are still there. Let's read more. So, including Mike Gamble, recently tweeting replies to Elon Musk, but that's neither here nor there. Preston, I'm not going to try and...
You notice how Eddie tries to bring politics into this? Just like Eddie tries to bring their entire identity into the conversation later down the line. It's like you cannot go one day without complaining about a white man, Elon Musk, your identity, transphobia, whatever. You can't go one day.
Butcher people's names, but Derek Watts and Parishley and others not listed here. These are the only ones that matter, apparently. In keeping with our fierce commitment to...
You're so narcissistic, bro. It's not about these are the only ones that matter. It's about these are the ones that probably have the most relevant name to them. But at the end of the day, this is not a fucking credits roll. This is not a credits roll. Why are they going to list every single person who was working on Mass Effect that is a veteran at the end? Why would they list everybody? It's a fucking statement. This is not a credit roll. If they were to put everybody, we would be here all day.
Innovating during the development and delivery of Mass Effect, we have challenged ourselves to think deeply about delivering the best experience for our fans, but not us. Not us. No, fuck your representation. You guys don't get it.
What the bro, who said... Okay. Oh my God, bro. Best experience to our fans. Do you not consider yourself to be a Mass Effect fan? Do you not consider yourself to be a BioWare fan? Are you only fans if they give you the representation that you demand of them? Is that the only way that you're fans? So you're really not fans of the games then. You're really not fans of the company. You're just fans of the message that they were pandering to you with. That's what you're fans of. You just outed yourself as a literal fucking grifter. You outed yourself as a tourist to this fan base. Because if you're not a fan, whether or not they panded to you or not, then what are you really a fan of? It's so ridiculous. And she's like nervous laughing and psycho laughing. Also, keep in mind, guys, again, BioWare never said they're giving up DEI. BioWare never said that they're giving up any kind of inclusion in the upcoming Mass Effect. Mass Effect has had gay relationships in it and all kinds of nonsense in it before. So I don't understand how this person is trying to sit here and pretend as if BioWare is suddenly dumping them, right? Just dumping them completely. I don't understand why you're doing that when they never said that. You are assuming that, and it's going to make yourself look like an ass.
Sure. We are taking this opportunity between full development cycles to reimagine how we work at BioWare. To reimagine how we work at BioWare is a red flag to me.
I think it's so ironic that the person who considers reimagine at BioWare to be a red flag, I think that's hilarious because a lot of the wokies tend to use the term reimagine when they're trying to co-opt, previous IPs that were never woke and try to make them woke. They try to say they're going to reimagine them for a modern audience. We consider that to be a red flag, and we always get yelled at whenever that word gets thrown around by you guys. But now you guys can consider it to be a red flag because it's against BioWare? Come on, bro.
For a multitude of reasons. Because what are you reimagining? Are you reimagining storytelling or are you reimagining other things?
Bro, she's got the crazy eyes, man.
Do you know what I mean? Are you reimagining how the game works? Because EA have been trying to make Dragon Age a multi-online player game now for years. That's what they wanted for Veilguard. They wanted it to be an online multiplayer game until they scrapped it. So, like, is that what?
Well, that's going to be my biggest worry, and that's what I've always said, is that EA has been trying to make Dragon Age the Veilguard into a live service game, and they ended up scrapping both the initial iterations of that and became Veilguard at the end of the day because they were scrambling to try to put out anything after a certain point. Otherwise, they'll be in development hell for over a decade. So I'm worried that Mass Effect is going to be turned into a live service game since they're building it from the ground up and they're a little more focused now. I think they are going to try to implement things like that, whatever that may be.
Are we getting... I swear to God, if Mass Effect turns into a multiplayer online game... But maybe they're just reimagining what they want for their storytelling. Maybe they're just reimagining other things. But let's stay calm and keep reading. I'm sure it'll explain itself in a minute.
I like how she says to stay calm, but at the beginning when it says hello everyone, she's like, hello, fuck you. It's like, you're clearly not staying calm, my guy.
Given this stage of development, we don't... Oh, where's my tea? We don't require support from the full studio. Cool, so move them to other projects. Move them into other things. A lot of the devs that wrote Dragon Age also write Mass Effect, so just move them over to Mass Effect, right? Nah.
She is so angry that the fat got trimmed for the studio. That's what this is really about. That's why she's coping and seething. She's angry. She's like, well, why can't you just move them over to other parts of Mass Effect? Why can't you just move them over to other parts of EA? I don't understand. Why can't you just find jobs for all of these people? I don't get it. This is why you don't have a multi-billion-dollar company. I don't know how else to put it other than that. This is why you don't have a multi-million or billion-dollar company, Unifadewalker, because you are trying to lead a business with your emotions, and emotions got nothing to fucking do with it. If they had all the space for these developers, they would not be shuttering this studio. They would not be getting rid of people. They clearly don't have the space. They clearly don't have the money to support them. And part of the reason why they don't have the money to support them is because they were too busy pandering to people like you, and they thought it was going to be profitable by doing so. And you showed up, sure, but you got it for free, so it doesn't matter. right? The little bit of you that show up, it doesn't matter. You shills, you get it for free. You get review codes for free. You get collector's editions for free. It's in your background. You get all this kind of swag and nonsense for free. So you don't actually support the video game. You don't actually support the studio. The studio has to pay you to support them when they're already virtue signaling to you in the first place. It's fucking ridiculous.
You're right to smell bullshit. We have incredible talent here, but none of that woke shit.
Who said that? Who said none of that woke shit? I don't understand. They said we have incredible talent here, and you're assuming that they got rid of woke people. I guarantee you they're still woke as fuck over at Bioware. Why are you assuming that? This person is so goddamn angry over the fact that her favorite writers got fired. I guarantee you the writers that got fired were the ones that were her insiders. Aside from Corin Bush, I guarantee you, like Weeks and everybody like that, they were insiders for this person, Unifadewalker. They were insiders and allowed her to get access to Bioware, and now she's angry because she lost it all. She lost all the access. There's nobody she can call. There's nobody she could shill for. There's nobody that's going to give her free copies of Mass Effect right now. This is her biggest issue
at Bioware. And so we have worked diligently over the past few months to match many of our colleagues with other teams at EA that had open roles that were a strong fit, but not the writers though. Now fuck the writers. I know that
that's not true because there were some writers that were in fact moved over to other parts of EA. So I don't understand why you're making it seem like all the writers lost their job when it's been confirmed at least a few of them have made it to other parts of EA in different studios.
Some of the team did get moved over to other projects, but I don't think they got moved over to Mass Effect. But I can't say that for sure. That's pure speculation. But
no, you can say that for sure. Some of them have made posts on Blue Sky saying that they have moved to other parts of EA.
Today's news will see Bioware become more agile. What the fuck does that mean?
It means they trimmed the fat. It's what you were complaining about before. They trimmed the fat, and now they're going to be able to be more agile, more focused, and more consistent with the work that they're putting out in the hopes to get it out sooner rather than take another 10 fucking years.
More agile? What, they're going to be doing fucking cartwheels or something? Focused studio. A more agile and focused studio that produces unforgettable RPGs. You've already produced unforgettable RPGs, and you know who fucking wrote them? Everyone you fucking laid off. We appreciate your support as we...
Yeah, they got laid off because the problem is they were making forgettable RPGs. Like, you don't understand that this type of like mindset of, oh, the people who were there for the longest time shouldn't have been fired because they've been there a long time. That's insane. There's many iterations of different jobs where people have been working there for a long time and they are just completely burnt out, or they don't try as hard as they did at the beginning. There's plenty of examples of that. Why would you assume that the people who have been at BioWare for XYZ amount of years, who have been there forever, are suddenly doing banger work? Maybe they just fucking sucked. Or maybe they just started to suck. Maybe they lost their way. Maybe they just don't have it anymore, right? It happens all the time. It's very clear that they've made forgettable RPGs. I mean, look at Andromeda, forgettable. Look at Anthem, literally doesn't exist anymore. And then look at Dragon Age Veilguard, forgotten. It's unbelievable that you think otherwise.
We build a new future for BioWare. Fucking Gary McKay! Or if he was Scottish, it would be Gary Mackay, but he's not. So, general manager at BioWare. Now, like I said, this is a whole lot of corporate bullshit from BioWare right now, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate being spoken to like I'm fucking thick as shit, because there's been unrest.
But you are thick as shit, though.
And again, pure speculation. But from what we've seen, hold on, wait. Okay, hold on. Bit of insight into coding. Agile is a coding methodology that revolves around building incrementally in short cycles, referred to as sprint. Okay, I will let that one slide.
Wow, she really butchered that word.
But
dude, there's just, look at this face. There is no fucking way that this person is mentally okay.
I thought we were going to do a dexterity saving throw here as they jump through all of these fucking hoops to try and convince us that they've not just laid off all of their writers. Like, Every single one. Forgetting who got them there in the first place. Incrementally. Thank you.
I like how the comment in their Twitch channel says that they forgot who got Bioware in the first place, where they are. I want to make it very clear, you weird wokies have never gotten Bioware to where they are. Normal gamers, the people who they were actually selling their games to in the beginning, we are the ones who got Bioware to their legendary status as a studio. Okay, the video games that they were producing were bangers, and real gamers were playing them. Now they've been producing absolute garbage, some of which gets shut down. I'm looking at you, Anthem, and now it's at a point where they're not a legendary studio anymore. They're a studio that's been subsidized for 15 years, and they should be shut down by now, but unfortunately they haven't been, and I think it's only a matter of time. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, to end this video, because I'm not going to go further into this absolute nonsense, if you want to, you're more than welcome to check it out, but don't harass this person, obviously. Just go check out the content and see the absolute garbage that's in this. But ultimately, this person, Unifadewalker, has made it their duty to be a Bioware shill, and Bioware has turned their back, supposedly, on Unifadewalker. At least that's how she feels anyway, and she has not said whatsoever any actual reason or excuse as to why she believed this to be true. She's just assuming that, and because she's assuming it, it's going to end up, biting her in the ass, because I guarantee you Mass Effect will probably be woke as shit, most likely. Time's going to tell whether or not that's true or not, but there are in fact woke writers that are writing right now on Mass Effect, so chances are it's not going to end up the way that she's thinking it is. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.